Hello and welcome to Megawatt, the Tech Week in View, in which we will give you a rundown of the hottest news stories of the week and what we thought of them, so stay tuned. So they may not be supercars, but they are rather nippy, could save you some cash on the congestion charge and buy you an eco-clear conscience. What was interesting at this year's British International Motor Show was that the environmentally friendly cars have gone from being concepts to actually being cars on the road. And you even had electric cars out of the eco-green zone and in amongst, the amazing supercars. And one of them, in fact, was a supercar, the Lightning, which we covered in this week's episode. But what was also interesting was all of the other manufacturers were also harping on about how environmentally conscious they are. So every single car there had a sticker on its front windscreen saying how environmentally friendly, how good on carbon emissions it actually is. But here's my problem. If I say to you that a car produces 99 grams per kilometre driven, is that a good emission or a bad emission? It's really, really good. But is there any way that the normal Joe would know that? If you're not someone who's a petrol head, excuse the pun, and really into the cars, would you actually know what was a good CO2 emission sticker and a bad one? Probably not. So they really, really need to get across to the public what different cars produce and how you can bring your carbon emissions down. And that seems to be something that the motor industry is really shying away from. The news today, it's rumours a go-go, with whisperings of an LG rival to the Asus E, rumours of the Apple Newton, and also a new Sony PSP. So the Apple Newton story is just a rumour at the moment, and it's one of many we've had this week. So there's the new PSP, the Skype 2.0 phone, which actually became a reality, and then also the LG prepping an Asus E rival story. Maybe I'm being highly paranoid, but where do these rumour stories actually come from? I expect that there are some very crafty journos out there who have their links within all of these companies and, will occasionally get hold of a piece of paper with tech specs or, pictures on it that they're not supposed to have. But am I being highly paranoid by suggesting that maybe some of these leaks come from a very clever marketeer sitting in their glass office in one of the huge technology companies? Yesterday, Steve Jobs promised some wonderful new Apple products, but what could they be? Well, there's been a report on Mac Daily News who've said it could be the Apple Newton 2.0. So we've done with rumours of the iPhone 3G because, well, it actually arrived. So what is Apple going to tease us with now? Well, it seems to be the Apple Newton, but harking back to when the Newton first arrived, people's problems with it were that it was too bulky and too expensive. Well, Apple is sure to do something, in terms of redesign to make it smaller, but then won't you essentially get an iPhone type computer, basically a tablet like the iPhone, but without the phone capabilities? And also, what will they do to bring down the price? Well, I'd expect it'd still be pretty pricey compared to all of those UMPCs which are out there flooding the market at the moment. So who's actually going to buy it? Well, I would say it's going to be another prestige piece. So it's going to be a piece of kit which city boys like pulling out to show off all of their friends that they've managed to get one, because it'll be something which Apple will make everyone want, the price will be too high, and only the select few will actually be able to reach in their wallets and buy one. It seems apt to bring you this last story from a motoring show. According to a new survey from Direct Line, which took in 2,000 consumers, SatNav is to blame for around 300,000 road accidents. All I can say with this story is please, come off it, as if there weren't more accidents when drivers were driving around with a crumpled map on their steering wheel, trying to read the map at the same time as yelling at their partner who's trying to give them helpful directions. Or, of course, that well-known situation when you open the map book only to discover that page 5 is missing because it's on the back seat being crayoned on by little Tommy, who was given it just to shut him up. There is a well-known expression, a bad workman blames his tools. That was the Tech Week in View, our rundown of the hottest stories of the week and what we thought of them. Make sure you join us again on Monday for the usual daily news and views from the world of gadgets and technology, and in the meantime, have a lovely weekend. Thanks for watching.